Hello, everybody, and welcome in. It's an amazing day here with CLX Foundry Live, where we dive deep inside somebody's build and we put it together from the ground up. I am your host, DJ Blue PDX, and joining me live from our studios in Wichita, Kansas, it is none other than our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and our master builder, Zach Killingsworth. Now, gentlemen, I'm so glad you're here, but I have something else to say. I'm also discovering an extraordinary talent of, mispronouncing company names. So, from TriX, not Trix, TriX, it is Miguel. Hello.
Hey guys,
good.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Good Lord. Yeah. So now he's gonna be here talking about the new Panorama AIO. But first, we want to cover the question that everybody's already asking: where are the codes? Oh my God! All right. So in order to get your hands on this fancy PC, you're gonna have to try the codes. Here's how the codes work. The codes are going to be delivered. You can get codes in the chat here on Twitch or on Kick. You can also get the codes on our Discord, discord.gg/CLXgaming. You might be able to find them over on our socials. That is YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. I refuse to call it X, at CLXgaming. And then, of course, you can also find them on my stream. So, with that being said, we've got tons of fun happening today, and I'm so excited for this. But first, let's jump in with Miguel. So, you are the North America Business Development Manager?
That is correct, yes.
That is a mouthful.
It is. So it's a fancy title for saying that I get to work with awesome system builders like you guys, showcase our products, work together on integrating them, and how you guys can use them to, give them to your customers.
There we go. And welcome in, everybody. I see all the names up in here, including TriX, James. All right.
James,
so we got a bold build today. So, gentlemen, what are we going to be putting in this box?
All right, so this is one of our horses. So starting out with our processor, we've got the AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D. To cool that, we've got the TriX 360 Panorama in black. For our motherboard, we've got the Gigabyte X870E Aorus Master, and for our memory, we've got 2 sticks of Team Group 32GB DDR5 5600 speed memory, so a total of 64 gigs of RAM in the system. For our storage drive, we've got a 2TB Samsung 990 Pro. For our video card, we've got an RTX 5070 Ti, also from Gigabyte. This is going in our NV5 black with 8 of our Game DS ALS M3 fans. It's been a while since we've had the M3s. We do a lot of M2s, so this will be nice. And then our power supply is the 1000 watt EVGA GQ 80 Plus Gold semi-modular.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds fantastic. And of course, I'm a mad fan of the Panorama SEs. Or just panoramas in general are fantastic. So we are going to be putting this PC together. Who's this PC going to be for, by the way?
It's going out to John in Alaska.
John in Alaska. Oh wow,
that's out there.
Yeah, it is. That is a trek. It's a trek. So, as we get started, of course, if you hear terms that are something you're just not familiar with when it comes to technology or what we're talking about, please ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. If there was, we wouldn't have Sharknado. There we go.
Hold up. Somebody just said they got Chick-fil-A.
Now I'm hungry. God.
That's what we're having for dinner tonight. So
yeah.
I got really excited.
Damned Hollow Screams. That is a fantastic screen name. KS Cowboy, welcome into the show. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for all the joy. Crispy 78. Nope, 76. Because you know why? 77 will be just one too many. There we go. Now, with that said, we're going to be putting together this PC, and this is going to be in our Horus NV5 Black, which is a great case. There we go. Now, for the motherboard, this is going to be the fun part. For the motherboard, we're going to be using a Gigabyte X870E Aorus Master. Now, this is a really unique board, and I can't wait for me to be able to tell you about the connectivity on this board, because it's got options. It's got ports. Let's see what the kid can do. The one thing you want to remember when you're installing your own motherboard is take off the plastic. Please take off the plastic. Take off all the plastic. Make sure there's no plastic left on there, because if it gets hot, it's not going to be pretty. All right, look at that. I love the backplate on these. They're so good. Okay. So, taking a look at our I/O shield, we've got obviously our buttons at the top for CMOS and flash. And then you've got your HDMI port with two USB 2s. Then we have 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports. Those are the red. No, I'm sorry. That's the Gen 1s are the blues. The red ones are all of the Gen 2s. And then, of course, you've got our special ones, and that includes an RJ45 port. You've got the USB 4. There's 2 of the USB 4 Type Cs, which is hella fast. Absolutely incredibly fast. So, of course, if you're going to hook up any type of a dock to your system, that's what you would plug it into. And we've got fast enough data for everything to flow properly. Okay, sounds like a plan. So the thing that we're going to be needing to do now is to put in the brain of the thing system. This is going to be an AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D processor. So Miguel, what do you have for a gaming system? Let me ask you that.
For my personal gaming system, well, one of them, right? Like it never ends, especially when you're in the industry. You always get something new. We have a new product. I've got to install it. I'm a big believer in. I've got to use it myself to be able to recommend it. So I actually like on my desk, as you guys can see, I use it. I live by it. Nice. This is our Panorama SE here. But my main gaming system right now is actually a 7800X3D.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah, I've had it for a little bit. I'm looking at going up to the 9800X3D, or even the 9950. Fan of AMD, right down the road from them. So.
Oh, really?
Show support.
Well, that's cool.
They're in Austin. I'm in San Antonio. So.
Oh wow! No kidding. I used to go to Austin every summer for RTX.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Until it died. It was a great. That and South by Southwest. They were great festivals. Absolutely great events. So let's talk a little bit about Tri-X, because first of all, I'm going to apologize 3 more times throughout this show for absolutely destroying your name. It is not Tri-X. It's not Trix. It's Tri-X, people. So tell us a little bit about the company.
Sure. So our flagship product is our Panorama cooler, our AIO cooler. We have a couple different variations of it. Standard Panorama, which is our higher end model with the BRM fan. Panorama SE, which has recently become our most popular model, the one that you guys are using here today. That it allows for the screen to be rotated, a little more options, lower price point too, to make it easier to put into your system. But ultimately, Tri-X is it's a company built on innovation. Pretty much all of us in here now come from other industry companies. I come from the custom cooling segment. Our head of North America comes from, one of the major hardware companies that you guys, use on here as well. So we all have background in the industry, and a big passion of us for everything, especially our R&D team. Props to them, because they create the amazing products that you see. Is making something different. They didn't want to just come out with another product. So the company was actually created in 2023. And they spent a full year doing R&D, trying to come out with Panorama itself. And after multiple versions and a year of R&D, as I mentioned, they came out with a curved OLED screen, which was the first on the market, something that hadn't been done before. And that's kind of innovation as part of our DNA. So during our R&D meetings and internal discussion, how can we make something different? We don't want to just come out with another product. Of course, there's categories, right? So, but like, what can we do to add that's something that hasn't been done before?
How do we make this just a little more awesome? We've got a couple questions coming in from the chat, starting with, oh God, I'm going to ruin this again. Rahitehan. Oh God. Rahitehan 007 says, can I use casing fans in my AIO? Paul?
Yeah.
Can you use what fans?
Case fans, I believe, is what the reference was for.
Case fans? Yeah, you can put them on your AIO. This Tri-X cooler has the threads for anything. We've used a lot of different fans on these. So yeah.
Perfect. There we go. Now, back to the question at hand. We've got, obviously, as you've been watching, Zach has been attaching the AIO pump to the processor with some thermal paste in between, because that's very important. Zach, what are your tips on how to know when you're using too much thermal paste or when you're not using enough?
Yes, so it really kind of does depend on our processor. This being a smaller processor right now in 2025 compared to the bigger Ultras from Intel. But with this, we just want to make sure that we put about a P size on there. Or if we're on a Intel Ultra, just a nice little line down the middle would be perfect.
There you go. Let's see here. We had, you just asked the question, is your screwdriver magnetic? I believe the answer to that is yes.
Yes.
Got it. So, now, with that being said, personally, I'm fascinated by this AIO. But first, I want to explain to everybody how AIOs work. Paul, how does they work, and what are the different ways that you can cool your processor?
All right, so this one comes out of the box ready to go. There's already coolant in here. You don't have to take off these tubes or add any coolant or anything like that. You just grab the right set of hardware that matches your motherboard socket. So in this case, we're using the AM5 hardware, but it comes with all the different types for the modern motherboards. So just make sure you grab the right set of hardware, and you're pretty much good to go from there. I mean, you saw how quickly Zach was able to install this. We obviously do this all the time, but even if it's your first time doing it, these are really easy to install.
Awesome. And that's the fun part of it. And of course, there's many different variations, but I'm going to be very honest. I might be biased, but I kind of like this one the best. I really like this one the best. Now, everybody loves a little DC. So now we've got our Batarang RAM. I mean, technically, it's two 32 gig sticks of Team Group DDR5 5600 in black, but they do look like Batarangs. Please don't throw them at your siblings. There we go. That's my only advice today. When you install your RAM, you want to make sure you're doing it in slot 2 and slot 4. Please don't do 1 and 3 first. But Paul, what happens if they do install it in 1 and 3 or 1 and 2?
It depends on your motherboard, but it can work. It's not going to perform as well as it will if you're populating 2 and 4 first.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So, Tri-X makes more than just AIOs, correct?
That is correct, yes.
What else do you guys create?
Well, one of the products that actually comes standard with our SE or with any of our AIOs is our Rota fans. So we have our Rota ARGB fans, daisy chainable ARGB, so they can be controlled through your motherboard software, so you don't have to have any additional software to control them. Really easy out of the box experience. And then we also have our Luca case, which is our full-size ATX case. It's kind of our premium case, if you will. So very premium materials, quite big. It pairs really well with our panorama. It's got the glass on the front and the side, similar to the case you're using here today. So it can really show off that screen and show off kind of the full ecosystem, how our products fit together. But we are constantly innovating. So coming towards next year, you're going to see a lot of new products from us. We did showcase some new products at Computex. And we're always challenging ourselves. So as great as Panorama is, now the bar is how do we make the next one better?
Right. Quick question coming in from Desanity. I got what you mean there. Desanity. Kind of like a manatee, but a little bit more on the D side. Is liquid cooling the best method of cooling?
Yeah, it depends
I'm gonna
on
throw that-
what you're doing
There you
it
go.
for. But I'm always going to go with a liquid cooler. I have a 360 at home, been using it for many, many years. It just provides a lot better cooling than an air cooler will. That being said, there's definitely some cases where you want to use an air cooler. So yeah, it just kind of depends on your situation. But yeah, liquid cooling is very good.
It is the good stuff. Hello from France. Bonjour. Welcome in. All righty. Of course, you're wearing the cool jacket today.
Heck yeah. Representing.
All right.
Authorized.
There we go. Now, in order to make sure that our brain can think, we've got to be able to have we've got to put some smarts into it. That's going to be our M.2. So for the hard drive, we're going to have a 2 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro NVMe M.2 that we're going to throw on there. Now, these are very, very tiny, and they are considered solid state drives. So if you're going to do it and you have something like that, well, actually, you know what? Zach, why don't you explain what you just put on top of our drive?
Yes, so this is a heatsink, and what we want to do with all of our heat sinks is we want to peel all of our peels off of our thermal pads. This is essentially a solid version of the liquid version that we put underneath our processor or onto our processor, and this will help transfer the heat that is produced up off of the motherboard, get it into this nice little fin stack where one of our 8 fans will be able to blow it out of the system.
Nice. I know I've said this in the past, but I've always find it hilariously interesting when you've got the right kind of, I guess, IO shield and surrounding heat shields, because it looks like a business park. it looks like something from Microsoft campus, I swear to God. All right, now let's get back over to Tri-X. With regards to, you mentioned you were at Computex. So what are some of the things that you've seen that you're really intrigued with or you're really interested in taking a look at as it relates to your product line and how you see the future of this product line going?
Sure. So I think cases is something right now. Like I said, we only have the one case, the Luca case. I think from us next year, you're going to see at least one of our more popular products from the show at Computex. We kind of unveiled was our Flova case, which has a unique cross-flow cooling. So instead of like your 3 120 millimeter fans that are on stream here, ours is actually a cylinder from the side that pulls air in and it blows it directionally across components. So it's a very unique design.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
genius.
it's again R&D, man. Props to them because guys like me, we just talk about it and
Hey,
show
you
it to
guys need
customers.
to partner with Dyson and use some turn some Dyson fans into some computer fans. That's
you
Sounds cool.
have to have one that has no
sounds
blade,
sick.
right? You just put your hands
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
We've talked about
That-
that for a bit. It would be really cool.
I seriously
I'm
think
just
that's got
saying,
some validity
Dyson,
to it.
Join
I
the computer
promise.
company.
in. That would be pretty
Yeah.
cool. As a
That's
Dyson
cool.
fan myself, that would be pretty cool.
Funny,
Yeah, I
our
think,
Dyson.
I would definitely.
Go ahead. I was gonna say our Dyson just finally died, and we've had it for, I want to say, 16 years. It finally died, and so we ended up going with a new animal ball thing, and yeah. I guess I could say, my review is it sucks, which is the only thing that your review should say if it's really great, because that's what vacuums do. They suck.
I
Moving
noticed
on.
you guys have vertical mounts. Are those in-house vertical mounts that you guys are making?
Ooh, good question.
The vertical mount that we use in our Luca case.
Yeah. Or well, just like
Yeah.
what you got on your website. Pawnee, scrolling
looking at
down
the
up
Luca
and down
case.
this website,
It
looking
looks
at
pretty
everything
cool.
we can.
That aluminum handle on the top is pretty
Yeah.
cool to me. I like that.
Yes, but yeah. Again, Luca is definitely a premium product. That we try to just kind of use it to showcase what we can do with materials and again try to be innovative. So the handle up top is definitely like a pretty nice touch to it. It's actually very solid too. So it is a grab point. It's not just visual. So if you grab from there and grab from the backside, you can actually
It's
lift the chassis
nice.
pretty solidly.
Okay. That's good because sometimes there's like a lot of cases where it'll look
What you're-
something like that on the top, and you
Yeah.
grab it and you pull the top
But-
panel
Yeah.
off.
What you're telling me is this case is designed for LAN parties?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, basically,
Can be.
yeah.
Mainly because there's a good handle on it and there's 40 millimeters of gap on the bottom for all of that sweet airflow. So no matter where you show up to this
You're
LAN
good.
party at, it's going to be able to
That's
breathe.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That is
you recommend you take a cart though, because the case is like 40 pounds itself. So
That's fine. That's literally.
Plus, you've got a
how
great
heavy
gym
my first
routine. This is not going to work out well for you.
I would carry that in my car all the time. Every week we were doing a LAN party.
So I want to jump into some of the questions we've got coming in from the chat. Only KK over on the Kick side says, your guys' cable management skills are perfect. I would tend to agree. And that is, Zach is insane with cable management. I am the opposite. Let's see here. So a question coming in from Lofuentes. What processor do you use in this build? And that is going to be an AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. And let's see here. Yes, I know I answered that, but for anybody who was not looking at the chat, there you go. It's helpful. All right, so we've got the MB5 on its back. We're going to be setting down that motherboard in there, and Zach's going to line this up with some very specific things, and they're called standoffs. What are standoffs for, guys?
So standoffs are what separate the back of the motherboard from the actual frame of the chassis itself. So you can see that gap right here in this shot. You can see the side of the motherboard, how it's not touching the back. If we were securing it directly to the case, it would cause the motherboard to short out. So that could be anything from a minor issue to frying your whole board. So you definitely want to make sure you got your standoffs in the right spot.
Excellent. Good choice. Good call. Now,
Like space car.
I know this is going to sound like a dumb or redundant question, but what inspired it? The wraparound screen. I know that's probably it's fascinating to me because I've never seen it before. Part of me wants to put eyeballs in it on each side so it looks like it's staring at you constantly.
Sure. So again, I'm not part of the R&D team, so I can't speak for it like 100%. But from the conversations I've had, was again, just studying the PC market. So our founder and a lot of our employees worked at other places and sold other AIOs, and there's been some innovation on them, where like RGB, things like that, small little GIFs and things like that can play, but there was always kind of a dead space in the middle of your PC, which is prime real estate. So what can they do to draw some attention there, especially with cases that have glass panels where you see directly inside of it? How can you make this more appealing? And through multiple variations over that year, they actually landed the OLED screen that we do. And just from a technical aspect, would like to mention that it is a 2K resolution on the screen of the cooler, so it is really, really sharp image. It's not just a generic LCD. It's a true OLED display.
It is very crisp. Yeah, seeing it in person, it is very crisp.
Which means the next project is the Sphere. It's kind of like Vegas, but tiny, and it's in your machine.
It's funny you mentioned that because
Cool.
at Computex, I keep mentioning back to it, our new, what we think is going to be kind of our next flagship AIO, that's going to be coming here, is what I'll say, is our stage AIO. So we actually showcased it at Computex, and the Sphere, it was actually kind of my talking point, because right now we have the curved screen that goes across, right? So
yeah.
For stage, we're actually going concave with it. So you have two screens on the back and a mirror bottom where you can actually put figures or 3D prints, and it creates a stage-like environment. And at Computex, we had kind of like a rock band, like little rock band figures.
Yeah.
And the background moving, and it looked like the Sphere.
Paul's got it up right now.
Yeah, this is
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
Oh, that's really
Oh
cool.
my
What
God.
the heck? You can have a little anime
She likes to be
figure
able to
on
put,
there.
like Deadpool figures up there
Yeah.
and stuff.
What?
That's awesome.
So
Paul and Zach, you guys remember that year at DreamHack when we were upgrading people's systems and the Hoth build, the Star Wars
yeah.
Hoth build.
Oh yeah.
This would have been perfect for her figurines. Oh my
A
gosh!
little AT-AT on there. That would be pretty
Right?
cool.
oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Falling in
incredible.
the background. Yeah, this is cool. I had
That and the alien
I
build.
didn't know you guys were doing this. This is really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, we're actually working with like Bamboo Labs and a couple campaigns here to utilize 3D printing to, again, a big thing with our company is innovation, right? Like, how can you be creative with your PC? What can you do with it? So using either panorama showcase a theme inside of your PC and with figures and things like that. is really what we're about. So I think that's going to be an exciting product. Excited to see it come to market again early next year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And of course, if you'd like to find out more about their products, head on over to trikes1.com. No, trikeszone.com. There we go. There's an extra letter in there. Reading was not my strong suit. So there we go. Now, Zach's got his fans already onto the radiators. Let's talk about that when it comes to airflow, especially when it comes to airflow, considering we're working with an AIO right now. What's the best way to address that?
So when you're putting fans on your AIO, typically you're going to have them on one side, so you want them pushing air through the radiator. So you can see the bottom of the fan here, the radiator's tucked up nice and neat in this case, but air is going to be coming into this side, pushing it through the radiator and out the top of the case. Now if you have a case where you have to have air pulling through, that's okay, it'll function fine, but you're just cooled better by pushing it through. And then if you've got room in your case and you're not going to bump into any of your sticks of RAM or anything, you can put fans on both sides for a push-pull, and that is even more effective.
Nice. Speaking of effectiveness, let's jump over to the YouTube side. Hello, YouTube. We have somebody coming in from France. We have somebody from South Africa. Hello. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Said, I think I'm wanted to build my own rig. You guys make it look so good. One day, I'm going to definitely be rocking a CLX build. That is awesome to hear, and we are excited for you to do that. Next up, Hamilton. What's up, Hamilton? Says, you guys are seriously next level with your craftsmanship. I would agree. These guys are incredible with what they do. Not the guys behind me, but the ones on the screen. There you go. As far as let's see, Hamilton also says, do you guys ever do giveaways or contests for international viewers? Would love to get involved. That is far above my pay grade. But we do a lot of giveaways, and there's a wide area where they can be available. But I would definitely just say look in the little terms and conditions on the giveaways. I know nobody wants to read that, but it gives you a list of all the countries that it's in. And then there are giveaways where we've partnered with certain people and it's only going to be what they want. So it's a longer explanation than I feel anybody wanted, but that's what you get. Okay. Now, obviously we've got the case standing up here, and you can see it's loaded in there in the back. One of the cool things about the MV5 is it still has a little bit of a gap in the back. So it doesn't sit directly on the back of the case. So this is probably like a 4/5 or 3/5 build. But Paul, why is that important? How does that help with the functional performance of the PC in general?
Yeah, so for this case behind the motherboard tray, we've got a little bit of room. There's a door that goes on for your extra 2.5 inch, 3.5 inch drives. We don't have any in this one, but you can fit up to 3 of each of those on the back. And then inside where Zach's working right now at the bottom, you can see the power supply shroud. So our power supply is going to be in this box here, which allows it to get its own intake through the bottom here, and it will shoot it out this hole in the back. So any amount of heat that the power supply generates won't be in the main body of the case, and it also hides those cables and makes everything look nicer.
Here we go. Nice. One of the cool things about that power shroud, it comes with an LED light on it. That little rim right there on the edge, that's going to light up, and it looks really cool. I also dig the little ports, the little rubber ports, little rubber, I guess we can call them
Grommets.
caps. Grommets, that's the word I was looking for. Sorry, I had a stroke for a second. Because it hides the cables, it also creates a very clean look for it. There we go. Getting everything plugged in there. When it comes to doing the cable management on your build, there's a couple different ways you could approach it. But Zach, what do you feel is the best way to approach getting your cable management done properly and in order?
So I like to break everything up into thirds. There's 3 different groups of cables that every computer has inside for it to work. You're going to have your case cables, which is going to be your USB headers, your HD audios, and all that fun stuff. And then you'll have your fan cables, just your fans. And the last cable I like to play with is my power cables. And those are our power supply cables. So by doing all 3 genres separately, if there's ever any troubleshooting issues, it makes it a lot easier to get in there. I personally tie up this way so that if I ever have a fan that I have to change out, I don't have to undo everything in the back of my computer to change out one fan. I just go to my fan group and work on that. That makes it a lot easier to just kind of keep track of everything.
Good answer. Speaking of keeping track of things, if you're keeping track of codes, Ivory just dropped one in the chat. Oh my gosh. Yay! It's Ghost ASDF. That spells ASDF. Alpha Sierra Delta Foxtrot. There is your code. That's worth 50 extra entries. Who knows? There may be more coming in. If you'd like to know more about the giveaway, head on over to and type exclamation giveaway in the chat right now. Or later if you prefer. I mean, we're not trying to rush you. Now, Paul's got something fun in his hand, which I love these. This is how we're going to power the whole beast. So for this, we're going to be using an EVGA Supernova 1000 watt 80 plus gold power supply. Speaking of things that need power, software needs power. And I know that there's some really amazing software that Tri-X has made for the controlling that screen. Miguel, how does that work?
Yeah, so our software is called Finale. Something that we're really took a lot of pride in. It has a really clean, really sleek, simple interface. Because you got to make software easy to make people want to use it, right? So there's been a lot of testing to make that happen. It's very snappy as well. One thing that I want to mention is that our software does allow MP4 video, where if you've used any of the other screen type coolers, there's a lot of requirements, if you will, on a specific file format. It has to be a GIF. It has to be within a certain file range. With us, it doesn't matter. If it's an MP4, if it's a GIF, you just upload it to your screen right away. You can also do dual screen mode. So if you want to have two different images or two different little animated videos playing from your front view, that way depending on the angle you look at the screen, you can have two different images going there. And then also you can have there you go. That actually is
that looks so good.
Video.
What?
Thank you.
That looks so good. Oh my god.
It's actually a pre-installed video, so that you can cycle through before uploading your own. And this, I believe we ran a contest for 3D designers to make, and it actually takes advantage of it's called a G2 curvature, which is the center of our screen, that curve. That actually creates that like kind of 3D type feel, or that we call it anamorphic vision. But that kind of like 2D, 3D type look because of the depth that curve creates.
Yeah, that is impressive. It's definitely got that. Because it's floating right inside the screens, which is great. One of the things I would love to ask you about, because over the years as we've done this show, we've seen a lot of evolution and development when it comes to case fans. And you guys have the Rhoda fan, which comes in normal and reverse.
Yes.
So let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah. So as I think Paul mentioned earlier, you have your typical case fan that's directional, right, by your blade. A lot of times for like AIOs, as he mentioned, you're going to want to blow that air through the radiator. But you also, if your case is glass now, you want it to also look appealing as well. So a lot of times you can flip a standard fan over and it'll function the same, but you actually get the housing on the back of it, which is more plastic, doesn't really show off the RGB effects that the front blade does. So by going with a reverse blade fan, it actually pulls in air the opposite way. So you can still get that same ARGB look, and it also gives kind of a seamless look with the rest of your fans, while still allowing you to have the function. Because with a PC case, you want your airflow to be kind of directional, where you want air coming in and going out to obviously keep your system cool and get that hot air out of the system. So it's a fine balance of your intakes and your outtakes, and so it just gives a option to still have the same look of the fan regardless where they want to put it, which may be an intake or maybe an exhaust.
Yeah, I love the fact that there's basically, it reduces the cable management so unbelievably much, and that's a brilliant thing I've been seeing a lot lately in the industry, and it is fascinatingly awesome. It's one of those things where once you look at it, you're like, how did we not do this earlier? As most inventions go.
The last 10 years were
Alrighty.
hard on system builders. Now you got daisy chain cables and pogo
Right.
pins that make things a whole lot easier.
Yeah. Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
That's a Scrooge McDuck quote. There we go. Yeah, if you guys know that, then you're old. That, yeah, work harder than work smarter than the Smarties and harder than the Hardys. Yeah. So now, jumping back over to what Zach is doing, and I think we already missed the install of it, but we're gonna talk about it real quick. This customer actually ordered a Sound Blaster AE5 Plus. Now these are incredible sound cards, and one of the things I like about it is it has its own housing. It's got its own system inside of it, so it's pretty much it runs on its own. But yeah, one of the reasons there are many different reasons why you might need a sound card, whether you are producing film, whether you are producing presentations. There's a ton of different options, and so that card is perfect. And apparently, our friend John in Alaska needs it.
He's got to hear all those footsteps in Battlefield.
No, those bears coming.
Polar bears coming. I
thought
love where your
polar
brain
bears
goes
were
sometimes.
nice, but they don't carry a cooler of Coca-Cola with them, so I don't think they're nice.
It is almost
Ooh,
polar bears.
they do if you make an AI video of it. Now we're getting these locked on here. So there's going to be a total in this system of
27.
8 GameDS Aeolus M3 RGB in black. And that's going to give us 4 on the intake, 4 on the exhaust. But we've got a little bit of a slush there because we've got to get the air through the radiator, which is going to make this a sort of positive pressure. So when it comes to positive pressure builds, Paul, what's the difference between that and negative pressure?
So positive pressure just means we have more air coming into the case than we do leaving. So more air intake fans than exhaust typically. Like I said, there's a little bit of restriction of airflow on the radiator, just like any radiator. But you want to go with positive pressure if you can, because that means all the air coming in is going to go through the right filters. We have a filter down here on the bottom, that stuff. If you don't, then it's going to create a vacuum inside of your system, and pet hair, dust, whatever you got flying around in your house will get sucked into your PC.
Did you say air filter? Hold on. Let's ask another question. One of the things I love about these is the feet on it is raised farther in the back, so it gives you a little bit of an angle, a little bit more airflow. And the best part about it is that with that there, you really get a better chance to cool your system. However, part of the efficiency of that is where you put it. So, Paul, what are some good ideas or recommendations on where to put your PC? And, yep, there we go. I'm like watching him do this.
It's always harder to get in. There we go.
There you go. How do you run away from electrostatic discharge?
So the case itself will ground it. So we're obviously working on an anti-static mat here, so we don't got to worry about it. But if you're building this at home, just ground yourself to the frame of the chassis and you'll be good to go.
There you go. Nice. All right. So, Miguel, are you a gamer?
I have kids now, but I was at one point, and I wish I was still.
What got you started into video games?
I mean, as a kid, I had an older brother. I'm a 90s kid, so, I grew up with him, Super Nintendo, and then eventually PlayStation, Final Fantasy, like, you kind of following his lead, and from there, it never stopped. I got to take advantage of the console wars and see all of the big leaps throughout my childhood. So, yeah, it's been awesome, man. Now you see the graphics, and it's just crazy where they've come.
It was wild. I remember when playing Halo CE and Halo 2 when it first came out and thinking, this is amazing. And then, 10 years later, what? It's like the evolution is just rolling and it's rolling and it's rolling and it's building, and I'm excited to see what comes next with it.
You mentioned Halo. Did you see the announcement of the remake of the original?
Oh, yeah.
On the Unreal 5 engine? Yeah, it looks amazing.
I used to work for them. So.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep. I was the event programming manager for Outpost Discovery, the big tour that happened in 2019 that ran across 5 cities across the country. That was my project.
that was amazing, man.
So, yep.
Was it?
There was a
last
lot of
week
traveling
we
that
did
summer.
Did the Halo system or the week before?
Yeah.
One for that for Gamers Outreach. That was really
I
cool.
think it was last week.
Might have been last week. Yeah.
I did one last week. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was a
But,
white ND5 though. Same case as this, but the white version. We had a really cool like Master Chief print design all over it. It was really cool.
I did see that. Yeah, that's awesome.
And for anybody who caught the broadcast over the weekend, the Halo World Championships, the final championships for Halo Infinite, happened this weekend, and it was absolutely jaw-dropping down to the finals. And it was not one of those, hey, we're just going to get a shutout that's everybody wins one. No, they had a fight, and it was a knockdown, drag-out fight in that game, and it was absolutely brilliant. And a good way to say goodbye to HCS for Infinite. So, yeah. But I get why a lot of people were like, oh my God, they're making a third, they may remake this the third time. Just give the PlayStation kids the Master Chief Collection. Problem is, you can't do that because it doesn't port over properly. So rather than do that and then start PlayStation players at the beginning and all of us over here who've already been playing it, bring everybody back to ground zero. That means it's a new game, new style, new mechanics, and we all go from there together. Which I like. That'll keep people from yelling at each other profusely in chat. Allegedly. Let's see. We've got some
Free lobby.
right.
No,
Here we go. We got
That was the dangerous place.
right. Reach lobbies were just like, oh my God! Did those words really come out of your mouth? Let's see here. Chili con one. Hello, Chili con one. It says I grew up on Atari 2600. Look at those dot graphics. Yes. I loved Qbert. If anybody knows what Qbert is, okay. Yeah, we're all the same age then. And then Poppy14 says, "Hi, I actually wanted to ask if you could still use codes after the stream's over. I tried it with a ghost code last stream after it was done, but it was wrong, and I copied the code from chat. You can, yeah, those codes are valid all over the place. So, you did most of the steps. Nice. We'll definitely keep trying, and also you can check out because there's different people collect the codes. So, yeah, there you go. Now, what we've got Zach doing in the back now is the cable management. Obviously, you can see right here that housing. Whoops. Well, what you saw, that gap down there, that's where that power supply is going to go, and then the cable management is going to be popping right through there, which is going to be fun. Now, one thing to remember, oh God, I love these. The Fantex does an amazing thing here. They have Velcro strips in the back mounted to aid in your cable management, and it is unbelievably helpful. Zach?
Good. Yep.
How would you recommend those be
Why do
used?
you like Velcro, Zach?
I like Velcro all the ways. If we can have it inside a case with some nice ribs in here to where we can just keep everything organized. I've got my case line going down here. I just finished up my fan line, so now we're going to get started on powering everything, which shouldn't be too bad because there's not a whole lot to power.
Not a lot of cables, yeah.
There you go.
I say that.
I did run you a Molex just in case for that sound card.
Oh, no.
Heracles says, "Hello, crazy is literally nice."
That's only needed for that.
What's up, James? Hello.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing it.
Yeah.
And that just pops right on there. Now, this is one of the cool things about this is how it connects.
That way?
Thank you, Miguel. Walk us through the different ways you can attach this thing.
Or do you want to be like Miguel and just have it outside your machine?
Just keep it
Yes! God, I lose it every time. That's so cool.
Okay, so you can have it. So this isn't just for the top of your pump. You can actually use this as a decoration on your desk or for other things. How does that work?
It's USB powered, so while not intended, it is intended to go on the AIO. You can actually just get a little, because it's got a USB header that connects to the motherboard by default at the end of the cable. You can get a little cable that goes from the header to your standard, plug-in USB. That's how I keep it on my desk. I like to look at it. I like to change it up. And also, whenever I'm talking to a customer or on a stream like this, I can show it off, show features. So it works for my case. But yeah, the screen is magnetic, so it's got little magnets in here, and it has these like guiding pins, if you will, that allow you to put it into the standard horizontal orientation like you see on stream here. That way you can take advantage of those either the curved glass or just dual glass panels on your case, or you can rotate it 180 degrees to what we call our waterfall mode. So if you have like a O11 Vision Compact, for example, that has a glass top, you can see it from all angles.
Oh, that's genius! I love it. I love it a lot.
Thank you.
As you guys can see in the little video,
creativity, so
right? As you can see in that last video, the CLX logo. There we go. And how pristine this looks. It's one thing when you've got just like a little screen that's just got low res, whatever. This is something you can watch a movie on. I mean, really, you can
actually watch a movie. So it's funny you mention that because there is no time limit on the video, right? It's all about storage. So as long as the video is under 8 gigs, you can actually run a movie or play. I've actually been at QuakeCon, and one of the people there was actually running like the full season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on his AIO, like full up at night.
Oh my gosh!
How you come across those MP4 files is not for me to question, but you can upload them into our software.
I would put on Predator, or Terminator, the later ones, because they look really good. Okay, what's up, guys? Says that fool 4065. Hello, and we do have another code, everybody. It is a Halo code, not Halo, but Halo like Halloween. But it's HALLO-SCRM Scrim Sierra Charlie Romeo Michael. So once more time, he's dropping the big guns, dropping it like it's hot. Okay, now when you're one of the things to point out is that Zach has had to plug all of these cables in together, like one by one. That means that this is a specific type of power supply. Paul?
So this is the rare unicorn semi-modular power supply, because this 24-pin is soldered in, but everything else is modular. Most of the time we're using modular or non-modular. That's the most common type. But every now and then you get a rare semi-modular like this. It essentially functions just like a modular power supply because you're always going to need this 24-pin power connector.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, we rarely get. I don't remember the last time we did a hybrid.
Yeah, it would have been our last GQ, which might have been, I don't even know.
Forever
3 years ago.
Yeah.
One thing to note that they're using are the way the cables are. They're flat and they're organized. But there are other things that you can do in your builds called cable mods. Paul, what's a cable mod?
So cable mod is a sleeved cable kit that you can get to add the little nice extra touch to your build. So that you can get different colored sleeve cables. So if this was like a black and red build, you can get black and red cables or all red cables or whatever colors you want. You just want to make sure that when you buy those, you are verifying that they are compatible with your power supply. They are specific to the model, and you definitely can fry stuff if you plug the cables in wrong.
Well, we got some conversations about things happening in Tampa. Only KK says, Dickie and costumes, they are the best LMAO. There are so many. I would assume so. Spooky stuff. Yes, it's terrifying. Makes you want to scream. And I wish that I had a scream on my soundboard, because that would have been great to do. But no such luck. Now, as we're getting this all done, one of the things you got to consider is how you're going to be wiring in your graphics card and how to prep for it. So, Zach or Paul, how do you prep for that?
So Zach's already picked out the cables that we need for this. Now this will be using the 12-volt high-power cable, which we will be using the dongle that comes with the 5070 Ti, because this GQ does not have the 12-volt high-power cable coming out of it. So we're going to have two 6+2 pins going into that, and that's how we will power it. Now once that gets the CPUs plugged in and our SATA's plugged in, then he'll run the video card cables to the bottom of the case, and then we'll install the video card.
There we go. One thing I would love to point out is that while we are using the excuse me. While we are using the Trike's 360 panorama in black, it also comes in white. There are options. And if you want to make it another color, we don't recommend painting on it. Can I use Sharpie?
I mean, it's a
kidding.
plastic housing, so you can, don't try to return it, but you can do what you want.
All right, getting the final elements up here all put together. So, you want to talk about the video cards there, guy? Don't know why my voice got so high, but we're going to do it anyways. All right, we're going to be going with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 Ti. It's 16 gigs in there, and that is a great looking card. So, Paul, you obviously unboxed it and taken care of all the stickers and stuff, but how does it feel in your hand? Because sometimes we've got cards that are lighter, and sometimes we've got cards that are heavier. And this looks like a 2-slotter.
Yep, this is a 2-slotter. It is a slightly heavier card. Now the NV5 does come with the anti-sag bracket built in, so we will be utilizing that. Obviously it's a triple fan model, so it is pretty long. We've got 3 display ports and 1 HDMI coming out of the back. But yeah, just a solid, good looking card. It'll fit this black build pretty nicely.
Nice. So, again, I think you just mentioned it, but what is an anti-sag bracket and why are they important?
So what that does is on these larger cards, over time, if it's sitting in your system like this is your main mounting point. Now there's nothing to mount or secure over here. So on larger cards, over time, it can start to kind of droop down and sag down, which can cause damage to the PCIe slot here, either on your motherboard or on your cards. So having an anti-sag bracket just gives the GPU some extra support over here to prevent that from happening.
Nice. There you go. And then we've had some cards that are 4 stacks, like 3.5 to 4, that is just unbelievable, and they're heavy. Like that's like a home invasion prevention tool. Just huck it as like break in, and somebody's going down. Please don't throw your graphics cards. Saying.
It will be you because you threw your arm out because you threw your graphics card. 25 a pound of VRAM.
Yeah.
1 pound is 1
That feel
VRAM.
like? Yeah.
That's how they're calculating all that. That's why those big cards weigh so much.
That's like when you take a non-modular power supply and you start swinging it from the end of the cables like a giant mace.
Just a flail.
That would be such a hilarious way to get arrested. Let's see here. So, as far as gaming, I know you said you were having to try. You can when you try to. What are some games that you've been playing, and what are you looking forward to that's coming out soon?
Man, honestly, I haven't been playing much. I'm a big Marvel guy, so like when I can game, I'll jump on to. Previously, it was like Overwatch. I jump on for a couple rounds, jump off. I can't really get into like MMOs or anything that takes significant time anymore.
Grinding, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, I love it. I'm an RPG guy at heart, so I yearn for it. But I am looking forward to Crimson Desert that's coming out. Looks pretty amazing. The visuals on that, and the mounting system that they have, like I saw that the dragons and the bears and like everything that you can do. I'm like, that looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. They did a really good job with the development on that one. Oops, there we go. All right, now as you can see top down, this is how we're going to put in our graphics card momentarily. So Zach, when you're putting these in here, people have different ways of doing it. Sometimes they keep the stand up. You like to lay the case, keep the case up. So you like to put the case down. Why is this important to do?
Because density is a thing. You can believe all those round earthers that gravity is real, but the flat earth that we build our computers on here at CLF, Paul, we like to lay it down because our graphics cards are heavy, and it just helps to put one of the most expensive parts of the computer together safely. But we want to check our I/O ports and make sure our PCI lane is clear and open. This has a button, so we've got to open with the button. And
voila!
There, and a little click, and you're good to go.
Awesome. I love it.
If the Earth was round, that would roll, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If what?
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
Paul just proved it.
Yeah, I could prove it on our phone. Yeah.
Oh my
If the
gosh.
Earth was round, this would be rolling.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Yeah. Pizzas are round and flat.
True.
Okay, I'm going to say this about that. I was driving a friend of mine from Portland to Virginia because he was trying to move there and he was afraid to drive across the country himself, and I've done it like 9 times. So we are in, I want to say it was either Nebraska or North Dakota on I-84, and it was 5 degrees outside. There was nothing. No mountains, no nothing aside from triple trailers traveling at 100 miles an hour, barreling down the road, and you could actually see the curvature of the Earth. And all I could think of was, I was right.
Don't believe it.
Okay. Looking here for questions. If anybody has any questions, who has a question for Miguel with Tri-X? I'm gonna have to get used to saying that because yeah.
I see you're mentioning it specifically. Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. Well, we debated about it for a while. Like, is it tricks, trikes? And then Paul says, actually, we've been wrong the whole time. It's trikes. Oh, well, that I guess should have been obvious.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, it's very common. Most people, and even influencers and everybody, whenever we do like any type of sponsored content or anything, they usually lead with, "I've been saying it wrong."
Yep. My bad.
People at DreamHack call us clicks computers, so I feel you.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen too often, but yeah, it happened there. I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Who the hell's
I can
clicks?
see that though too.
Yeah,
I can see the logic behind
I
it.
never saw that, but yeah. So
Yep. And now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, they created something here.
yeah,
Forever clicks. Clicks and trikes. There we go. No. CLX and Tri-X. Because Y would be just too much.
It's actually like half the time whenever we say it to someone and we're like, "It's try X," and they're like, "Why not try Y? Why not try Z?" That's the
that's just
usual
too much.
response back.
wow.
Yeah, it's too much.
Oh, here's one. If they say, like, why not try Y? Why? Because that's exactly what happens when we cut into a conversation with a 5-year-old. Why? 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 Anybody who's got kids remembers the Y stage. Yeah.
My daughter's almost 3, and we're in the Y stage already.
Oh, congratulations! That's awesome. Yeah, that's I was a nanny
Well,
for
you
a
gotta
family of
start
6
them
for a
young.
while.
Show them that Minecraft. Show them what that's all about.
About 4 more years. My oldest is
All right.
7, and we've been playing a ton of Minecraft together. It's like the first time we've been able to actually play video games
awesome,
together. So
man.
it's pretty nice. But yeah, it took 7 years. So it's like wow.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm
that's-
waiting for that.
Yeah, it's fun when it starts to happen.
It's I was a nanny for a family of 6, and I remember I got my kids, but having to go through that, and the only thing that I could do to counter was say the most ridiculously absurd thing in my head and make it as believable as possible.
Confidence
Like at
is
one
key.
point, I blamed clouds on giraffes at one point. It was. She's never going to remember that. But why?
Sitting
Well,
there
because
in science class. my babysitter told me that growing up that crocodiles are so angry because they can't brush their teeth.
The medulla oblongata. You got all them teeth.
Classic quote.
All right, look at this. This is a gorgeous machine, and we've got this built once again for John in Alaska, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. I will say this, that when it comes to our PCs, they're all treated the same, whether you're going to get one of our pre-builts or you have something custom built, and that is because we have them through a process called testing. Paul?
Yeah, so every machine here, whether it be a customer system or a system for a convention or whatever it be, once it's built and turns on, it goes to our testing department. And the first thing we do there is get into the BIOS of the machine. We'll make sure our RAM speed's set correctly. If you opted for overclocking, that's where we would do that. And probably check on a couple other things, make sure your storage drives are showing up. And then after we've done that, we load the system. So the operating system, if you picked any games on the website, that's where we would load those. If you didn't pick any games, you just get a fresh install of Windows or whatever OS you picked. We don't put any bloatware on these machines. You're not going to get a whole bunch of different antivirus softwares you don't want or anything like that. Then after that, we stress test it for 12 hours to make sure it's stable for you at home.
Spooky too. What you mean, Avery? So, with that being said, do you want to plug it in and see what we got?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're ready. Oh, God. First of all, those fans, they're so subtle, but they're so perfect.
Yeah, these are the M3s. So they have a little bit less RGB than the M2. So if you like the subtle look.
But it's not overpowering, and you can see the screen. Yes.
Let's see if... I'm going to pull this side off real quick.
Dude, it looks like there's a mini TV in there right now. That's absolutely amazing. What are your thoughts, Miguel?
The build looks incredible. I mean, props to you guys. You could tell, you guys have been doing, what you're doing for a while. I could tell earlier when you were doing wire management, holding the flashlight, biting on the flashlight while doing wire management. I was like, all right, this guy's got experience.
You would have laughed really hard if you'd have seen us that year at DreamHack.
That was a pitch black room.
Yeah. We're trying to upgrade systems, and we're holding flashlights in our mouths and our phones with their flashlights on to see what the heck they were doing.
It's all about the
a lot of charge,
right?
Right.
No, the build looks incredible. Props to you guys. Obviously, any customers that are buying, any of the systems from you guys, they know they're going to get quality.
Absolutely.
It's only been an hour, and the system is built professionally. So, thank you guys for having me on here. Thanks for using our product, and thank you. You crushed it.
It's exciting. I absolutely love it. Real quick, another code: spook-NSER. That's insert or Navy Sierra Echo Romeo. There we are. So, yeah. That is awesome. That is a 200 entry code for the giveaway for the Oracle machine, which is awesome. So, and that is, of course, in partnership with our friends at TriX. For more information, go to trixzone.com, and you can check out everything for their fans, to their cases, and more. So, this show obviously happens as usual in two parts. In just a few minutes, we're going to be taking a quick break, and when we come back, you're going to get to spend the afternoon with Zach as he continues to build more amazing machines. So, with that being said, this show happens every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 2 Eastern. On Tuesdays, we are here on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. On Thursdays, we're exclusively over on TikTok, so you don't want to miss that opportunity. And then we've obviously got where you can pick up our codes. And the codes are going to be all over the place, including our socials. That's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at COX Gaming. Say it with me. No, just kidding. You can also find them. You can also find them in our Discord, where we've got a bunch of like-minded PC enthusiasts who, just like you, want to win a PC. And that is going to be discord.gg/CLX Gaming. And then finally, you can also get codes on my stream. Like today, I'm going to be giving away several. So with that being said, Miguel, thank you so much for coming in and joining us today. Thank you for taking the time. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, same here. Thank you guys again. Love this. Love seeing our product in use, and appreciate you showing it off to everybody watching the stream today, and showing them how it looks when it's finished. The build looks incredible. So again, props to y'all. This angle shot right here that you have it on now is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other one that we were showing earlier that just looks fantastic. It's like you're in your own little cinema. All right. So with that being said, on behalf of Jason and Kyle in production, Zach and Paul and Miguel, I'm DJ Blue PDX. Thanks for watching. Stick around. We've got more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
did. Welcome back, Scooby Gang. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are happy with all of the fun stuff that you guys just learned, because I learned so much. I might turn from an airman to a liquid cooler man. We don't know. But let's keep on with the theme of building some fun computers. What is going on? How's everybody doing today? Alrighty. We are going to be building. If you want to go to clxgaming.com, you should be able to select this build. I want to say this is our Set Gamer Essential PC. Nice. Heck yeah, dude. There we go, Andrew. Perfect. You could win a very fun build. But if you want to go to clxgaming.com, you can go down to the RTSs. You could find this. Or if you want to upgrade it a little bit, you can change it up a little bit by like changing how much